Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Leroy Sane as the Bayern Munich 65 million rated winger is uninterested in replacing Dembele at Barcelona. We are going to discuss that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Jody Alba, who have recently moved to MLS side Inter Miami. As Jody Alba recent interview, he talks about Dembele, Barcelona exit, reunion with Messi and Busquets. We are also going to be discussing that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With Ousmane Dembele on the verge of leaving the club, FC Barcelona are already looking at options in the market to replace the winger. The Frenchman is set to seal a 50 million euro transfer to PSG imminently and will be signing a 5-year deal worth 20 million euros per season. While it will be a blow for the club in sporting terms, his exit will provide them with a financial boost to reinforce the squad. Barcelona are already looking at possible replacement options for the 2018 FIFA World Cup winner, and one of the names that is reportedly on the club's radar is that of Bayern Munich star Leroy Sane. Of course, Sane wants to continue at Bayern. However, according to a report from journalist Christian Falk, Sane has no interest whatsoever in signing for Barcelona this summer to replace Dembele. The 27-year-old forward, whose market value stands at 65 million euros, has 2 years left on his contract. The German is in his prime, he is versatile, and has a lot of experience at the highest level, making him an intriguing target. But the former Manchester City man has decided that he wants to stay in Bayern this season and assess his future in 2024. Then he will be entering the final year of his contract. A move for the German international was always going to be unlikely, but the doors appear to be completely closed now that Sane has decided he wants to continue with the Bavarian Giants for another year at least. So who else is Barca looking at? Dembele's departure is going to leave a very huge void in the squad, and as such, Xavi wants to replace him with a top player. And why he might not be a natural winger, Bernardo Silva continues to feature prominently in the discussions at Can Barca as an option to reinforce the roster. A move for Rennes and Belgian winger Jeremy Doku is also said to be under consideration, while the names of a certain João Felix and Yannick Carrasco are also starting to do the rounds again. So only time will tell who the La Liga champions manage to rob in. Of course, this Dembele saga will bring all kinds of stories that we're not even expecting to hear. Yesterday, we did spoke about Leroy Sane linked to Barca as a potential replacement for Dembele. And I asked myself, why all the times Barca will keep showing interest in players that deep down they know it is unrealistic that they succeed in getting them? Because those are players that are highly valued. As I said, Leroy Sane, his market value currently is worth 65 million euros. And you won't expect Barca to shell such an amount. He's important to Bayern, and it shouldn't come as a surprise that he wants to stay. He doesn't have no intention to come into Barca. And I definitely think that such rumors doesn't make sense for me because at the end, the money is not there. Even if we sell the Dembele, right? Whatever cash we receive will never be enough to bring in Leroy Sane to this club. So I think that's just a waste of time. Of course, I'll be talking about other players like João Felix to replace him, but that could still be complicated though, as the player is also a highly valued player, despite not being wanted anymore by Diego Simeone of Atletico Madrid. Xavi is still putting his eyes on the transfer market to see if actually there is any possible um, move for a Dembele replacement. But personally, as I've said uncountable times, I don't see why we should be going for a player with monetary value when we have Ace up there who can do it. And of course, that a player who was like likely to leave, which for me was a wrong decision. But now that Dembele have left, that should even open the door more for Abde to stay and prove himself. I think he have already proved himself already. Like the loan spell he had last season, the under 23 African Cup of Nations, that he was the best player and stuff like that. I think that's enough for me for the manager to give this guy a chance to show what he's got for next season. While we're talking about Bernardo Silva as well, Bernardo Silva is not a winger, by the way. Bernardo Silva is an attacking midfielder. Xavi have been looking for him up to now. He's still linked to Barca. And of course, Xavi wants him to come, but it's not an easy task. But reports are saying that the Dembele sale will facilitate a move, hopefully, for the player who is valued at 80 million. Because the bitter truth is, guys, if we want to go for either the Felix or Sane or Bernardo Silva, it's just one of them that Barca can struggle to rope in, because there's no way we can bring in, for instance, while signing Felix and Bernardo Silva in the same window. According to the, like, when we look at the current finances, it won't work. That's just a bitter truth, because we still need to register players, so the wage bill needs to be open. So Dembele sale is true that yes, we'll open that space, but for us to sign all our desired targets will be tough. Then on to the final story of discussion. On the day of his Inter Miami presentation, Alba sat down for a chat where he discussed his move to MLS as the Miami side continued to put the ex-Barca band back together ahead of what promises to be an exciting reunion with Messi and Busquets, both of whom have enjoyed an excellent start to life in Florida. Alba also took time to talk about Barca in an interview in Sport. So, talking about a new chapter in the MLS, he said, when I left Barca, I started talks with Inter Miami. Although I had other offers that were better financially, I think the right decision was to come here. They have an exciting project. We want to win and compete. On the reunion with Messi and Busquets side, I'm very happy. It's only three of us. There is no number of players on this team that are very good. We are all here to compete and win. On whether it was planned, he said, Busquets, Messi, and I weren't planning to play together at Inter Miami. Leo and Busy being here made the decision easier, but the culture of the club and the atmosphere in the stadiums are things that I have also been, mediating on, and for me, it was the best decision. Then talking about the Usman Dembele issue, he said, I have not been able to talk with him. I don't know his situation. I think he's good at Barca. He's a different player, important for Xavi. I hope he stays. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.